What's up? What's up? My favorite entrepreneur and sales professional besties. It's your girl, Erica V. Wow, I've got some things to share with you today. So I'm sure you all want to know how to achieve success faster, right? Isn't that all what we all want to do, right? So let me know when you're here and I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about that? Do you want to achieve success faster? Or are you just happy just going along the way you are? Or maybe you're already very successful, but you're like stuck at this level. And now you're like, okay, I want to get to the next level. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do this. So if we haven't met before, my name is Erica V, and I am the queen of non-pushy sales, surveys to sell, and feedback to close. I'm also the creator of the now world-renowned blessing method, and that is a systematic approach to sales and business. Hi guys, how are you? So what I teach people to do is how to attract pre-qualified leads to them and how they could sell more in a non-pushy, non-salesy manner, and how to retain their clients. And we use a lot of automation with that. So I've been thinking and I've done some polls and I see some, things that people are saying, and I'm like, okay, so we need to talk about this. How do we achieve success faster? Okay, well, there's some things that we need to do. So the first thing we need to do is it's in our noggin. It really is. And I am not a mindset coach or anything like that, but I do see it every single day. So you've got a great product or service and you want everyone to have it, right? You'll say a little bit about it, but maybe you don't follow through because you're afraid of sounding pushy, or you don't want to be a bother. They're your friends, they're this and they're that. So basically, you're leaving money on the table. So if you want to be successful, the first thing you have to do is get it in your noggin that you are a professional problem solver. Oh, I've got a new wand now. Where's my new wand? Okay. So boop, you are a professional problem solver. And once that clicks, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to check back in with people to see if they are interested. Okay. So number one, your first step is going to be to realize that you've got something fabulous to share, but people are busy. People might not understand what it is. So it's up to you to follow up. I was just in a conversation with some people, right? And I thought, wow, to myself, I always believe that everybody can be successful if they want to be, right? That's the key though. Do they want to be or not? And sometimes we self-sabotage. So I just helped an organization with surveys, okay, because that's what I do. But in my chat with them, I realized that they were unwilling to follow up or check back in with people. They didn't want to bother them. They felt that they had already been given an opportunity, so they weren't going to check back in. And basically, they self-sabotaged themselves because they didn't have the data that they needed because they didn't follow through. So ask yourself that. Are you willing to follow through? Are you willing to check back in with people? It's not just once. 80% of sales happen after the fifth contact. So have you stopped at one or stopped at two? So ask yourself, what is your mindset like? Are you all in? Are you dedicated to the actual steps it takes to be successful? Or are you just in love with your product so much and in love with the idea of being successful? So the idea of it, yes, is great, but are you willing to do the steps, right? And in my opinion, life is easier and business is easier if you're following steps. If you're just winging it every day, if you're like, okay, I guess I better post on social media. What should I do? If you're winging it every single day, then you're not going to have that success fast, right? Okay. So number one, change your noggin. Number two, right? How are you showing up online, right? So if I were to go and search your social media right now, would I know what you do? Would I know how you could serve me? Now, I teach attraction marketing, so I don't tell anybody to list if they represent a brand or they're affiliate for a brand. I teach people, once again, to be professional problem solvers. So when I look at your social media, well, I know that you can solve a problem that I might not even know I have, but I may be intrigued. You may have created curiosity. Now I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to message this person. I'm going to say, hey, What is it that you do? I'm really curious what this means, or I'm curious about your business. So, how are you showing up on social media? So, if you're a business person and I go to your social media account and all I see are cute puppies and kitties and stuff, if you're not a veterinarian and you have nothing to do with pets, it's not really luring me in if I am your ideal client. Number three, who is your ideal client? Do you even know? Could every single person that's watching right now be your ideal client? Because not everyone is my ideal client. You see, when you decide that you're going to show up differently, you're going to change your thought process, guess what? You're going to attract different people to you. Now, I want you to think about a time maybe that you've been working with some people in your business and you just felt like, man, they just don't get it. They don't get it. I could really help them and they don't get it. Those aren't your people. They're not your people. So if you feel like you're showing up and people aren't commenting or they're not resonating with you, or you feel like it's a struggle, that is not your ideal client. Okay. What I realized in my business is that the more I gave for free, the more I bent over backwards, I felt like people didn't respect my knowledge. So think to a time when you were, doing your sale and you're like, you know what? Let me just give you 50% off. Let me give you 60% off. You know what? It's on the house today, right? So when you did that, you broke the chain, you broke the sales process. They never got to complete it. So it kind of leaves them awkward, right? So now, if they order again, maybe they're afraid that you're going to not charge them and they feel bad. Maybe now they think they're always going to get a discount and now it's awkward for you, right? So sometimes when we feel like we're doing everything out of the kindness of our heart, it kind of goes back and bites us in the hiney a little bit, okay? So I was tracking my sales, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, this person, they didn't really buy from me a lot. And boy, I gave them so many things extra. I did this, I did this. And then how does it make you feel inside? You think, well, I did all this for them. They're my client. They're going to keep buying. That does not necessarily mean that. Remember, it's all about serving others, okay, and problem solving. But don't discount yourself, right? I'm in different groups online and I see people who are like, oh, well, I'm not going to charge for gift wrapping. I'm not going to charge when I make a gift basket. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. But why? If you're in business, are you not in business to make money? Because if you keep showing up for free, if you keep not charging people for stuff, now this is what is called the H word, a hobby. So when you go to do your taxes, right? If your business actually costs you money, it is considered a hobby. Okay. So think about like crafting or scrapbooking, right? You're putting a lot of money into the paper and the stamps and the stickers and all that, right? Because you want to have these fabulous books. But that's your hobby. So you're investing in it and you're pouring into it. But it's not going to bring you money because you're not selling it. Boom. Did you guys just like have a moment where you're like, oh, crap, forgot. I'm in business to make money. So think about the last time you went to Target or Macy's or Bloomingdale's or even Walmart. When you got to the cashier and you were ringing up everything, did they say, it's on the house today? Did they say, I'm just going to give you 50% off? They didn't do that. Do you know why? Because they're in business to make money. And they know that they have a product that you want, so you're going to come back. So think about your steps in your business and how you might have thought you were doing things out of the kindness of your heart, and they actually affected your business. So, hi guys. Is there anything that you could do maybe differently? Could you give them maybe a little bit more of your time? Because your time does have a price tag on it. It's valuable. Think of a lawyer, think of a doctor, right? They are billing for their time, and you are experts. Think of your time, choose it wisely how you spend it. You are an expert in your field, you are an expert in your business, and you should be treated like one. So could you give someone extra time from you? Or maybe there's something else you could do, a free gift with purchase, right? But I would caution you on discounting your products. When I was in college and I was taking a sales class, I don't remember a whole lot about college, the boys, of course, but I remember that the professor said, okay, so this is my salesmanship class. And he said, Think of a Big Mac, okay? So Big Mac's, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have a gluten allergy. It's like $5, let's just say. So the Big Mac is $5, right? So you go and you spend $5 in the Big Mac, $5 in the Big Mac, right? And then now, boom, they're on sale for $1. What? So you go in, you go through drive-through. Oh, $1. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna take two. So I got two Big Macs for $2, right? All right, so then like a month later, you go back and you go and you got your $2, you're ready, and they're $5. If you want two, it's $10. And you say, what? You're going to charge me $10 for these $2 Big Macs? What happened was your perceived value of the Big Mac was that it was only now worth $1. And it really shot them in the foot, right? So think about that. If you discount your products or service, that is now the perceived value of your product. So if your customers say, oh, I'm just going to wait till you have a sale, well, they don't see the real value in the products or service. So you need to, tweak that a little bit. Maybe offer a small gift, right? With purchase. Think of like the cosmetic counters or perfume. They rarely have a sale, but they will offer you a free gift with purchase. Okay. So change your thoughts, right? Think about how you may be over discounting your product. Okay. And then the other thing is, and I talked about how are you showing up online, right? The other thing is, for success, it's not just getting that sale one time. So I know we all think about, woo, celebrate, I got a customer. Yeah. But now what? You got the customer. You just gonna like forget about them? Are you just gonna wait? Are you waiting for them to call you and say, I liked you so much, I want to buy more? Because if you are waiting, you're gonna be waiting. Okay, you're gonna be waiting for a while. Because guess what, y'all? That person is also some other company, many other companies' ideal client, and they are marketing to them every day. They're getting text messages. They're getting mailers in the mail. They're getting emails. They're getting all kinds of things. They're getting targeted on Facebook because they are also someone's ideal client. So if you sit back and relax and just think everything's all comfy cozy and they're going to come back to you, you might get your feelings hurt, right? Because they're going to be swayed by, the home shopping channels, by all these different things, by if it's a service, there's other people who offer the same service as you. So your job is, as remember, you're a professional follow-upper, right? But your other job is to stay front of mind. So what is it that you are doing to stay front of mind to your clients? If you have a Facebook group and you are not collecting email addresses to stay front of mind, you are harming your business. When Facebook went down the other day, what would have happened to your business if it didn't come back up? And do you even know if everyone made it back into your group? If you are on LinkedIn, if you are on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, what are you doing to capture those people's information, their data, so to speak, so that you can find out if there's a need and that you can solve it? Because again, if you're just waiting, you're going to be waiting. Okay. Now, if somebody purchases from you, what's your automation? Are you automatically sending them a welcome email, welcoming, letting them know what to expect with you? Are you staying front of mind with birthdays, with holidays? We've got lots of holidays coming up. What are you doing for your clients? I didn't say to sell to them. I said to stay front of mind. And that's where people get it twisted. The only time they're reaching out to their clients is what? To sell them something. What I'm suggesting is that you stay front of mind to your clients, your prospective clients, by showing value, by showing that you care and not always saying, buy me. So I work with a lot of people. I have private coaching clients and a group coaching program and all kinds of other, sales school and boot camp and things like that. And when I have chit chats with people, and I say, well, how often do you reach out to your clients? Oh, yeah, a couple of times a year. Okay, so when is that? Well, I reach out to them to make sure they got this. I reach out to them for the sale, this sale, this sale, this sale. And I said, okay, so the only time they ever hear from you is if you want them to buy something. And they were like, what? They didn't even realize it. So don't get upset with yourself if you didn't realize it. This might be what you've been taught. I'm just challenging you. Again, twist that little noggin in there, right? And think differently. How are you reaching your people? How are you staying front of mind? Are you always buy me, buy me, buy me? Are you serving? Okay. So if you want to learn more about these methods, my friend Vanessa and I are going to have a training on Thursday. Guess what, y'all? Between Vanessa and I, we have over 50 years. Can you believe it? Of sales and marketing experience. So we are going to show you how to gain new clients and retain the ones that you have during this holiday season. Okay. So if you're like, I didn't even think about the holidays, now's the time to get started. Okay. So it's going to be on Zoom. You can request to be live or the replay. So here's the link, and I will pop it below as well. Or if somebody else wants to copy and paste it for me, I encourage you to come on, okay? Because you're going to learn a lot. We're going to give you some tools and some tips. And I think your brain is going to be like, wow, I am so glad that I tuned in. It's going to be this Thursday, 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time. So mark off your calendar, get a babysitter, do what you need to do, because you do not want to miss this training with Vanessa and I. It is going to be awesome, okay? It's going to transform the way that you are doing business. So I'm excited to bring this to you, and I'm excited for all of you for the transformation that's going to happen. You know, success, it can come fast, right? But you want to make sure that you can sustain it. So that's why I always talk about having your systems in place. And that's kind of what I talked about today as well. First, shift that in there, shift the noggin, and get your systems in place and get your strategy in place. And guess what? Just keep repeating it and you're going to be successful. All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous week, and I can't wait to see you Thursday. Now, listen, if you have any friends who own a pizza parlor, a salon, a restaurant, direct sellers, realtors, coaches, anybody who has a business, a product or service, please invite at least 5 of them to register for this, because this is not just for one group of people. This is going to transform, I'm telling you, transform the way that you are doing business. The tips are going to be like, wow. So please don't keep it to yourself. And, you know, sometimes we decide for other people whether they're going to be interested or not. I can guarantee you that if the person is serious about business, every single day, their goal is, how can I obtain new clients and how can I retain the ones I have? If someone's struggling in business, they're not going to be blasting it everywhere. So you don't even know. These tips might help turn their business around for their family and for their community. So don't be stingy with the link, okay? Send it out to people and just say, hey, I'm gonna be on this training with Erica and Vanessa, and I thought you might be interested. Here's the link. Here's the link. All right. I'll see you guys Thursday. I hope this was helpful. Mwah! Bye. It's me, Erica V. See you later.